Anything you want to add?
Nah.
All right. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Bree, the artist behind Stitching Witch, an embroidery and crochet brand, and today we are attending the Goatman Crytpids and Monsters Festival. I have a super cool setup for you guys today. I set it up alone, so it low-key took me 4 hours. I won't be doing that again. Not worth it. I mean, probably worth it, but not worth it for my sanity. So I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of the booth and the event, and then I'm going to hurry up and eat some dinner, and then we can go sightsee. Goatman is a cryptid legend out in Kentucky. We are actually at Pope Lick Park, which is he's the legend of Pope Lick. And so I did this event last year. I was really skeptical about it because I just wasn't really sure if my products would niche well into the space, but it was absolutely amazing. It's a Friday and Saturday event. My Friday actually was way busier than my Saturday for whatever reason. They cleared me out of almost everything I crocheted in the 3 hours that this was open on Friday. So I'm gonna try not to get my expectations too high, but if it's anything like last year, it's gonna be absolutely amazing. The event hours for Friday are from 7 to 10, so it's a super short day, but it was so busy last year that it felt like it was 10 times longer, honestly. And then going into tomorrow, it starts at 3, and I'm not entirely sure how late we're supposed to be here. I don't quite remember, but I will report back on day 2 and let you guys know how long you're hanging out with me. Since it runs from 7 to 10, this is a night market, so we will be testing out my beautiful Osmo in the dark. I have lots of booth lights set up and ready to go for once the sun sets, but until then, we've got this nice, beautiful day. It was so nice to set up in this weather. It was 65 and sunny for setup, so it's absolutely wonderful, but it is going to get down to 44 tonight, so it's going to get cold, it's going to get dewy, and I'm going to have to make some arrangements with my booth to make sure that nothing gets moist overnight because we are out in the woods and it did get pretty damp last year. This does wrap up my 3-week-long market run that I've been doing. I just finished up at Kentucky Punk Rock Flea last weekend, so there will be a vlog up for that right before this one if you're interested in following along for that. And then after this, we get a nice little weekend off before we tap back in for the Louisville Halloween parade down in Nulu, so that is the next time that you can plan to see me. But I find this event to be super interesting. They stream scary movies all night. They have experts in the field that come and talk about the different cryptids and give seminars and Q&As, which is really interesting. Like if you're passionate about this space, they have everything you could imagine. And there's always really good beer, really good food trucks. So I think it's going to be an absolutely great night. We are about to wrap this up. I'll give you a tour of the booth and then we can go around and check everything out before the event starts. One of the things that really set me apart last year was my booth lighting. It got really dark really quickly, and I noticed a lot of the booths around me really didn't have a whole lot of lights. And so I'll attach a picture up here of what my booth looked like last year compared to everybody else's. It's crazy. I feel like I stood out like a beacon. So I definitely did not hold back on the lights again this year. And I do special make this sign for this event in particular. And you can see it from like across the park. I was blown away by how big and attention grabbing it was last year. And you can get banners like this from Walgreens. They're always on sale. I paid like 16 bucks for it. It's absolutely worth it. Let me show you how it looks from far away. So yeah, I am very optimistic. I don't think I have quite as much crochet as I did last year, but last year I did have a mixture of some really random crochet that I had been accumulating from past markets that wasn't really in theme. The most surprising thing to me about this market last year was how slow Saturday was compared to Friday. Generally, the Friday market is always slower and the Saturday market is always much busier. You can typically expect your Saturday numbers to even double your Friday numbers or higher sometimes, but that was not the case here. I think we actually all were able to leave a little early on Saturday because it just slowed down pretty substantially. And honestly, I don't mind that. If I make a huge influx of sales in the first 2 to 3 hours of Friday, I mean, how can you argue with that? Quick and easy, you know, like bring them all in. One thing I really like about this event compared to events I've done in the past is that they don't overbook their vendors. Like this is the 3rd year they've done it. It was really successful last year, but it looks like they kept about the same amount of vendors as last year, which is always reassuring. It can be really frustrating when an event begins to grow and they start to double, triple their vendors, and then you reach the point where there's just not enough money to go around. And then it becomes no longer worth it for any of us to come back. And I hate to see that because I really love events like this. Beautiful fall night out in the woods. Like it's so nice. It's so relaxing. I feel like it's physically a lot of work, but it doesn't feel like it. I don't know. I just really enjoy being here. It's something cool and different, you know? Really nice to break up the standard pop-up farmers market vibe. You will all be proud of me because when I soloed last weekend's event, I ran out of time to go get food and I was dying for like hours. This time I was responsible. I got my Subway. I have something to eat. It is currently 6:30 and so we are about 30 minutes out from the door. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat really quick, get settled, put my sweater on because the sun is finally starting to set and this tank top that I wore for the hot setup is just not gonna cut it. We will probably play around with some nighttime settings on my camera and see how to do this. We're gonna learn together. And if you're curious to know about any of the plushies I made for this event, you can check out my Everything I Made for Halloween crochet video. It's got all of the patterns listed in the comments. I never raised my canopy all the way back up. I lowered it to put the lights on and I never raised it. Those guys almost hit their head on the way out. And you can tap right up front whenever you're ready. You're all set. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. They're $25, and you can mix and match all the hats for $5 off. Hey, welcome in. Good, how about you? Thank you so much. It's so busy out there already.
I know, this beer's huge.
Why are you mad? It's not gonna get warm, it's cold outside. I can drink this beer all night.
Oh, you were joking.
Here you go. Thank y'all so much. Enjoy your night.
I hope you've been nice. If not, I come on December 5th. And I will take you away. I'll stuff you in my sack and take you away.
Checking in at the 1 hour mark. It's 8 o'clock and it is slammed out here. Honestly, just like last year, it is like crowds as far as the eye can see. It's also really cold, so I have so many more layers on since we last checked in. But so far, jackets have been the best seller. Not surprising since it's like 40 degrees. Crochet is not selling nearly as fast as it did last year. I am debating lowering the prices just a little bit, but we'll see. I don't want to jump the gun. The Friday last year was so busy compared to the Saturday, and I don't want it to be the same as last year where tomorrow's not very busy, but I didn't sell any of the crochet tonight. So I'm going back and forth on it. We'll see. I'm going to give it a little bit longer before I make that call. But all in all, the embroidery comparatively is getting so much attention, and that's always really exciting, especially at these niche events where like my embroidery isn't niched down. It's still like my general collection of stock. It's cool to see it get the attention even out here. So we're gonna keep selling, keep hanging out, and I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit.
I spent the first hour of this market looking through the little slits in between the walls right here that make up the display, thinking, oh, it's so funny. I'm just looking at people that can't see me. Dog. Like, look at this. They can't see me. They don't even know I'm back here, baby. Like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? I did it for so long. I looked at so many people. I drove away so many sales. How will I atone for my sins? I don't know.
I keep trying to convince Michael to take y'all back in the haunted maze, but he won't do it. I tried, guys. I'm so sorry. I want to know what all the fuss is about. I want to know why they're back there screaming. It does look like it's starting to slow down pretty considerably. For the first hour and some change of the event, I felt like I couldn't even leave the booth with a helper. Like, it was constant foot traffic. Even if some people were just window shopping, like, there were people in my booth pretty much 24/7. But it slowed down a good bit. I'd say every like 10 minutes or so somebody pops in the booth. So we're starting to wind down for the evening. Hey guys, welcome in.
I'm interested in one of these little penny coins.
All right, they're $10. Would you like a bag? Have a great night. The Mothmen, the little miniature Mothmen, have done really well. They're my best sellers so far. I brought 5. I've sold 4 of them. Last year, I crocheted extra stuff Saturday morning before coming back around 3. I don't know if I'll be doing that because I'm going to get brunch with a friend for her birthday. But if I have a little time to spare and I could pick one more thing to make, it would be the Mothmen. So we'll see. We'll see. Of the big stuff, I think I've only sold the patchwork bunny. I think everything else is still up there. I'm obsessed with how bright my booth is. All right, guys, it is 10 o'clock, which means the event is officially winding down for day 1. We're about to get the booth all sealed up and bring our plushies home so they don't get a little weird and damp overnight. We're going to be back here right about 2:30 tomorrow to get set up. The market's going to be from 3 to 10. I do remember last year it was pretty slow and everyone was breaking down by about 8:30, but we'll see if it's busier this year compared to last year. If the crowd's any indication, there will be more out here tomorrow. We will see how it goes, and I will check in with you guys when it's bright and sunny. See you tomorrow. Bye. Hello, we are all set up for day 2 of the Goatman Cryptids and Monsters Festival. As you can see, we are working with a lot of the same stock that we had yesterday. I did not make anything new. I figured I would just ride it out with what I had. Honestly, I was looking at the numbers from yesterday, and the volume of sales we made in like a 2.5 hour period, since it was only like 3 hours before everyone left yesterday, was really impressive. Like, I definitely cannot be mad at those numbers. It wasn't like, it didn't hit my single day sales goal that I keep, but how can you expect to hit that number in 2.5 hours? And the fact that I came so close to hitting it in such a short span is crazy, and it's part of the reason why I love this event so much. So I'll be really excited to see how everything looks today, see how many people come through, since we are going to be here from 3 to 10 instead of like a shorter time frame like we did yesterday. I do think it's going to take a little while for things to get going. I remember last year during the day, it was pretty easy, smooth sailing, not much happening for the first 2 or 3 hours of the day. So I will just use that as a chance to batch some Instagram reels, because I have a really big list of things on my to-do list that I have been itching to have a chance to work on. And it is a beautiful day. It's sunny and 70, so it is the perfect opportunity to get all of my filming done that I've been holding off doing for the last couple of weeks while I've been just kind of in over my head soloing events. Now that I've got Michael here and I've got that extra pair of hands, it's going to be much easier to batch some content while we're enjoying this weather and waiting for things to pick up. Other than that, I am looking forward to trying some of the food truck food today, since I didn't get a chance to do that yesterday, and going door to door and actually seeing some of these vendors and what they have a little bit more in depth. So I'll be sure to take you guys around with me while I do all of that and get ready for the day. So let's go ahead and get to it. This was my under my jacket fit that was not supposed to come out, but it's out. So that is the one thing about keeping the canopy walls. I really enjoy having them up for the way it encloses the booth and takes away the distraction of like what you can see on either side of me, but it really does trap heat, which is a negative for mornings like this, but a positive when it gets really cold later on. So I'll probably play around with the walls, move them around as the sun shifts and sets so that we can keep this as comfortable in here for us and for the guests as possible. It's so bright in my tent with all these white walls, but the light's good over here. Checking in at the 30-45 minute mark. Nope, it's too bright. We're gonna go back down this side. Checking in at the 30-45 minute mark. We are already about 8 sales in, so better turnout than this time last year for sure. I sold my Sam plushie and my Mothman plushie and the last mini Mothman as well. So all good things, all good things. We've also sold a good handful of hats, some stickers, a little bit of everything so far. So I haven't even had a chance to film any content yet because I've just been, there's been someone in my booth pretty consistently since I sat down. So it's very optimistic for the rest of the day, all good things. Checking in at 4:30. So far we've sold one of the 2 Mothmen, one of the goblins. We sold the alien cat and the last mini Mothman. So crochet is definitely doing better today than yesterday. I'm very excited about that and eager to see how the rest of the day goes after this. So a few markets ago, I want to say it started with Fan Expo Chicago back in August, I made a sign that says free sticker if you follow my Instagram, because I've been really trying to translate my sales into social media followers. Since I do ship all over the world, it would be really great to continue to build my social media presence because, you know, I love doing markets, but at the end of the day, I want my online presence to build back to the way it was a couple of years ago. And this has been really good to me. Let me see where I put the sticker so I can show you. Yeah, so I just drew up this little version of my logo and put the sign next to the other stickers, and it has been going really well. I would say it is very tangible, the scale in which I am gaining followers after every market compared to a few months ago when I didn't have this promotion running. So I highly recommend this. I think I'm gonna keep this up probably forever. I'm sure I'll like start to cycle through different variants of this sticker over time, but for now, this has been a really simple and really effective way to translate some of these people I meet at the markets over to an online presence as well. Every time somebody comes in my booth wearing an AI-generated graphic tee, an angel loses its wings. Just so you know. You want to do them together?
Yeah. Okay. We're married. You don't have choices.
And it'll be 35. I've made no attempts at crocheting bags or blankets or anything big.
I genuinely got into crocheting to make pumpkins.
Yeah.
And then it led me to this bag.
I keep telling myself I need to, and I never set aside the time, because then I have to line the bag, and I just, I'm convinced it'll end up in my work in progress pile forever. Thank y'all so much. Hey, how you doing?
Very well. How about yourself?
Good. Get that for you. Do you prefer cash card or Apple Pay?
Card, please.
Card. Be right up front for you. And would you like a receipt?
No, I'm okay. Thank you.
All right. There you go. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Checking in, it is 6:20. The sun is finally starting to set, so it feels really nice out here. I'm gonna soak it all in before the temperature starts to plummet to what it's projected to hit by the end of the night. Things are a lot slower, slow and steady. I think the first big wave of people that came through earlier are settled in or clearing out, and all of the hats you can mix and match for $5 off as well. So I'm hopeful to see a crowd of late night festival goers coming through here soon. Fingers crossed, because we've still got a few hours till it's time to break down. Just out here doing some restocks, but we are nice and busy. I don't know if you can see behind me at this camera angle, but we are super busy right now. The crowd definitely showed up today. I'm super, super glad. It's definitely busier than last year Saturday, so thumbs up. I think that we are pretty close to surpassing yesterday's numbers. I think we're just slightly over right now, so that's always what you want to see from a Saturday. We've got live bands. I'm about to go get a drink and a snack. Things are good. Things are super good. Just realized you guys haven't seen Mike all day. Now you've seen him. Wow. Yeah. They taste like a churro donut. They're amazing. Needed this. This will save me. All right, guys, it is 9:30. We are winding down. The event ends at 10. It's pretty slow out here. All right, well, we are looking at 60 sales just on Square. We've done a lot in cash sales. I'm really, really happy with the numbers. It has been another excellent Goatman festival for us. We're going to go ahead and sign off since we've got about 30 minutes left before we start packing down. But I really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I had a lot of fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below what your favorite part is. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well if you want to see all of the behind the scenes content, as well as all of the reels and all of the posts that we make regarding all of the stock. I will be uploading some of these cute plushies back here and some of my limited run crew necks on my website, so be sure to tap in if you're interested in any of those designs. Other than that, I will see you guys in 2 weeks for the Louisville Halloween parade, and I will see you then. Bye! All right, this is where we are at with the plushie stock for this weekend. I just checked the numbers compared to last year, and we are about 500 over in card transactions compared to last year. So I haven't tallied up the cash. I also did not keep track of how much cash I did last year, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we outperformed last year, which is huge considering the economic trend with 2025. Most of my markets have been down from last year, so I'm very excited to see that the numbers are that good, especially considering the crochet sold a lot slower than last year. I really think that the jackets carried us this year. Last year had just a clothing rack as opposed to the grid setup that you guys have been seeing me use, and I also paid a lot of special care to stocking up a lot of spooky season and Halloween and similar designs, and I think that that helped a lot as well. But all in all, they were by far my best seller of the weekend. I'm very, very happy to see that the numbers are so good, and even though I've got a few cuties coming home with me, I'm very pleased with the turnout. So yeah, all in all, great things. I'm excited to come back for year 4. Hopefully it will continue to grow because this Saturday very much outpaced last year's Saturday. I think last year's Saturday, everybody was packed up and leaving over an hour ago, and we are slowing down considerably, but I mean, the sales are still coming in strong. I did film my sign off about 30 minutes ago, and since then we've had like 5 or 6 sales. So things are great. I'm a huge fan of this market. Who would have thought that this cute little cryptids event in the woods in the middle of Kentucky would have such a crazy turnout? So that is all I have to say for the night. I just wanted to pop in and let you guys know the details before we signed off.